Hello, welcome back to my channel. I've been gone for like close to 2 weeks.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something.
It was nice. I got to, what did I get to do? I only got to really play Genshin Impact for one day, during one of my off days. Well, I also played Zelda. Ooh, besties. We'll get into that story later. And also I wrote, and then the only 3 days that I worked. And what else? I did upgrade her all the way to level 90, and I did... No, her talents. I got some of her talents up. So, yeah. Yeah, a lot. I'm doing it real quick. Raise up one of her other talents real quick. Because I was just doing the domain, and I finally played her in one of the domains that required water. I was like, oh, she's doing some like damage that typically my other characters, higher characters, would do. Since I raised this. Alright, one of summons the sparkling waves and creates a reflection of the starry sky, appealing the illusionary bubble statuses of 2 opponents and a large AoE. Yes, Fandom has a following special. Oh, I know this one. Yes, Romeo. And I do have one to trigger. One of these. Yeah. What's the voice? Hold on. I'm trying not to sneeze. Obviously, my artifacts will not get good. Do I even have any? No, I don't. Huh. What's it called? Noblesse. Oh, the library's calling me. 1 second. Sorry. There's the library telling me that my stuff will be sent back today. And if not today, they'll hold it for 1 more day for me. And since literally I just got back into town yesterday, I didn't get to pick him up yesterday, which actually today, probably after, no, not after this. Once I wake up from my nap, I'm going to try to do an early nap. And I think once I wake up from my nap, what is it, Romeo? Actually, I gotta go into town anyway, cause, I'm babysitting. Okay, artifacts. Oh, yeah, select the material. I noticed no one was using this one. Idiots. Alright. Anyway, so what is it? Hydro Jamus bonus. Elemental burst? What? Oh, I was thinking of, for some reason, Animo, and I was like so confused. Alright, alright. Baizhu? Is that how you pronounce his name? His quest, we're doing it. Yeah, I gotta babysit anyway. I almost went to Inazuma. And I need to go to the bank to cash in my check from pet sitting, which all of it I'll be putting it to my trip because I have enough money in my account. Do not put your tail in that cream cheese. So I have a bagel on my counter. I mean, my dinner table thing, and I plan to eat it during one of the cutscenes. And obviously I need to pick up library books, and I also need to send a book back because it arrived to be damaged from Amazon. Oh, I remember what I was gonna do. I was gonna put in leeway characters. Does Mona technically count? Because she was living in Leeway when we first met her. Ba 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 ba. Ooh, we're gonna...
Chivalry will never die.
Alright, let me go all the way to the bottom, because these are characters I really don't use.
I'll take good care of everyone.
And I use Yanfei a lot, so let me look at the bottom characters. Okay, say she's from Inazuma. Oops.
Come with me.
Alright. Hold on. I mean, after all, we gotta respect the Geo God. Okay. I always climb up the statue anytime I approach it. Resonate with Geo. Alright, now we go back. They're so pretty. I'm like trying to remember. I know they obviously were water, but I wasn't sure like what type of attack they had. Kind of pretty though.
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
Are you lost?
No, I'm not. My name's Ayu, and I'm here because...
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gray. What's going on? Hi, Traveler and Paimon.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost. I think he must be new to the city. Probably wandered away from his parents and...
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in Liyue Harbor?
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But I'm worried that it's getting more serious.
So, what about your mom?
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. Meanwhile, my dad's been getting worse and worse. I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Ride. So I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there? When we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millelith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then, when I turned back around, my dad was gone. I asked the Millelith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured, maybe I can ask some other people in the city to help.
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people.
Genshin can help. She has a good sense of smell, like a dog.
Hey, who's talking about me behind my back?
Genshin, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy. How might we be of service?
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baizhu?
Uncle Baizhu?
Shang, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition? As much as you can recall.
Yes, Dr. Baizhu.
I see. And your family lives near Chingsa Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall ever seeing you or your parents.
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Ride. She always tells me to just stay at home and keep my dad company.
Is that so? Ayu, by any chance, is your mother's name Jiangli?
Whoa, yeah, it is! Do you know my mom, Dr. Baizhu?
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy at the moment? Ayu's
Loki
parents are
gives
old
off a
acquaintances
bit of villain
mine,
vibes.
so I would
Just a
very
little.
much like to assist with the search. Would the two of you have time to join me?
Don't forget us two. We already told Ayu that we'd help.
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful. We are most grateful for your support.
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the search.
Family is very important.
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu? Let's start by talking to the Millelith guards at the city gates, see if they have an update.
Figured we should do his quest first, considering, well, there's been a lot of Sumeru. and obviously I do like Sumeru, I love how huge it is, but like, it's a lot of content in there, and like, how do I explain this? Like, I do like Sumeru, but like, I love Liyue and Inazuma because of the Asian culture. Like, I love it. Fucking love it. And, oh, we're going in the wrong direction. And obviously I love Mondstadt a lot because that is the, the place we wake up in. It literally feels like home. Which direction am I going? Oh. That direction. I was going in the right direction. I guess I could fly down there. It's Sumeru, I mean, it's new. So, like, it has its charm. And as I said, it's very large. And I do like all the content that we got from it. Just sort of wish that we would get equal amounts of large content from the other countries. So I feel like Mondstadt was normal. Inazuma, I feel like, was a little fast. Maybe even Liyue.
I searched to the north,
I don't know.
but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Well,
Maybe
that
I'm thinking it's
complicates
just fast
things.
because, like,
The city folks say
I
there's
already
no
did
sign
all
of
of it
them
and I'm
either.
still doing Sumeru
We
content.
need to start looking further afield. But where are we gonna get the people?
But where are we gonna get the people?
Excuse me, sirs.
Bum,
Have you
bum,
found out
bum.
anything about my dad yet?
Ah, hey there, buddy. Dr.
Hi
Baizhu.
there, buddy.
What brings you out this way?
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As for updates, I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the Guili Plains. But it is possible that he was bound for Luhua Pool.
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
You will? Oh, great. We can't thank you enough.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying.
So does that mean I should switch into my battle-ready characters? Anyway, I should be posting a side quest. I'm like, oh.
Why hasn't it happened yet?
No. I'm actually gonna mark this area. Why did I mark it? So I know to come back here later. But no, do I actually need to...
Dad! Dad, can you hear me?
Look, there's somebody over there! Oh no, it's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further!
Ayo!
Watch where you're going!
Oh, is that Amber? Oh, I was like, why would Amber be here?
Dear customer, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you needn't hasten the inevitable.
Oh my god.
Are you all right? Huh?
Dad!
Hey, Hu Tao!
My, who do we have here? It's the Traveler in Paimon, and... my worst nightmare.
Yeah, I know, I was gonna say, I'm like, he heals people, keeps them alive.
She still hasn't warmed to you.
Thank you, Director Who, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? It's me, Ayu.
You're... Ayu?
Oh shit.
Who am I?
Mommy has dementia.
Your name is Jia Liang, and you live just west of Qingsa Village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. Remember? Does that jog your memory?
That dementia doesn't look like that, babes.
My name is Jia Liang. Liyue Harbor. See the doctor? Yes, I'm Jia Liang, and I need to see the doctor. Wait, why do I need to see the doctor?
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away. Sorry, Hu Tao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time.
Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you?
Huh?
They have good pictures.
Why not? What's the problem?
Come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs? Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends?
Use what? What are you talking about? Paimon's lost.
There are traces of god remains in Jialiang's system.
Oh, yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable.
Paimon, sorry. What?
God remains?
There's no need to worry, Director Hu. I have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me? Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
Now
Sorry,
you're
I checked out
bringing
for a
my
second.
great uncle into this? Baizhu, just what are you planning this time?
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to Boo Boo Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
Oh,
Sorry.
really?
I'm a child,
I thought
apparently.
I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today.
Don't forget that we're here too. We won't let things get out of hand.
Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping Jialiang here. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great uncle's sake and the travelers, of course.
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once.
Hi, Romeo. You want cuddles? Did you get no cuddles while I was away? Did no one love
Blockages
you?
within the cardiovascular system, reduced blood flow and energy circulation? I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Dr. Baizhu, how bad is it? Can you cure him?
Don't you worry. Baizhu's a
Cute.
really great doctor.
Romeo.
He's sure to find a way. Isn't that right, Baizhu?
Ayu, do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been
Look
like
at
this
that
for as
little
long as I
head
can remember.
scratch. Look at those head
But
scratches.
it wasn't as bad as this when I was still little.
So it's been a long time indeed. No, I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start tonight. Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu.
So it's not
Thank you so
dementia.
much.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Hu, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must be able to focus when treating a patient. Any distractions heighten the risk of complications.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the
Look at the
first sign that
flowers.
something's amiss.
If anyone doesn't know that reference, it is a Walking Dead reference. But instead it's technically Lizzie. So I just repeat you.
See you tomorrow, Baizhu and Chung Chung.
Bye for now, everyone.
She said Baizhu, but someone else said Baizhu.
Are you ready, Baizhu?
Baizhu?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's get started.
Oh shit. What does that mean? How do you heal?
All's well that ends well, huh? You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baizhu mention those people from his past. Yeah, you must be curious too, right?
Where? Oh, over there. Oh my god!
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docs doing surgery. Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today? Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions for me.
Guilty as charged. So, we were just a little curious about Baizhu's master. What was he like? Oh, and also, how come you and Baizhu could tell so quickly that Jialiang had god remains in his system.
Gotta look at times, places,
I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war. Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death. These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify gods' remains when we see them.
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baizhu learn to spot them?
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baizhu's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Looks like I gotta hit up my
fancy
bank,
that!
UPS store, and then the library.
So, if he was from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, how did he end up as Baizhu's master?
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale, where they met a pharmacist. That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great-uncle, because after that encounter, he suddenly announced he wanted to leave the family business and go practice medicine instead. My grandpa had a huge argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine. They never spoke to each other again.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. Kinda hard to imagine. But why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives? That seems a bit extreme.
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him. And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary Baizhu is around me. He'd never tell me anything. But even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide. One thing I do know about Baizhu is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that has anything to do with what he's hiding is hard to say. Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers. Never mind. We'll just have to ask Baizhu himself about all of this tomorrow.
Okay. I guess as well, since I'm going to be out, get myself something to eat. Because I need to honestly grocery shop. I was planning on actually not lecturing this morning and just grocery shopping, doing all my things this morning. And then I was like, nah, I'll stream.
Dad!
Oh, are you?
Dad, you remember me!
Yes, I remember now. Oh, Ayu, I'm so sorry. You must have been worried sick. Has your mom shown up yet? She's been gone for a while, hasn't she?
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baizhu's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is concentrate on getting better.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baizhu.
My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish. If anything, I should be apologizing to you for not making the time to visit in all these years.
Not at all, Dr. Baizhu. It's only because Jiang Li... What was her reason again?
You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy for a while.
Her wife?
Take it slowly and try not to overexert yourself.
I suggest you stay at Boo Boo Pharmacy and rest for at least the next few days.
Director Hu, do you have any further reservations about Jia Liang's condition?
Oh, I thought he was being sarcastic, like he was like, Director Hu?
Gone after
And I was
all.
like,
You really
like
did
who
manage
as
to
in
suppress it, huh?
WHO. And I was like, what?
But how did you accomplish this in a single night?
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you may continue to monitor Jia Liang for as long as you wish. Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in the meantime.
Oh, come on, Baizhu. I'm not that unreasonable.
Baizhu looks a little worse for wear. Something's wrong.
Yeah, I've been stuck indoors for too long. Baizhu, take me outside for some air, or I'm going to suffocate.
Yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse Changsheng and myself for a moment.
I'm assuming he's using like
Suffering
his
now,
own
are we?
life force?
Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? If it weren't for my quick thinking, they'd have all seen the sorry state you're in by now. But in any case,
she's pulling no punches.
Must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should at least share your secret with one person you trust.
Who's there?
Me, bitch. It's me, Lilith.
Why did you follow us here? Oh, it's nothing. I just needed to get some air.
It's nothing.
What did I just say about putting on
Coffee?
a brave face? Traveler, Paimon, the truth is, Baizhu did not cure Jialiang's illness.
Oh.
Instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his patient.
So I was right.
To temporarily subdue the poison in his system.
Life force poison, so it is the wife.
Baizhu, can you please explain all of this?
Always the spouse.
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this contract is able to use Changsheng's secret art to treat patients. I believe the irregularities with Jia Liang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using god remains as a key ingredient.
What
the poison has not been purged from Jia Liang's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my own life force, using Changsheng as the delivery medium. This will suppress the poison's effects for a limited time.
Hold on. God remains? Where does one find, besides obviously the dead god bones on Inazuma, where does one find God remains? Into that. Romeo? That's sort of a little fucked up. I know. Sorry, he's doing his little activation meows. He's cute. I'll move my phone for you to cuddle with me. Come on. Alright, I'll continue.
Changsheng? You can do that? Huh. Paimon always thought you were just Baizhu's strange choice of a necklace. Hey,
So she's
Have
immortal
you know
then.
that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti back in Chenyu Vale. If anything, he is my mannequin. I was treating patients with Baiju's master's master
You're so
long
cute.
before he ever set eyes on his first medical text.
I wonder.
Whoa.
Because I
Guess you
know
shouldn't judge a snake by its skin.
I'm not that
Please, that's enough.
versed in Chinese lore, culture stuff, but the few things I've seen where it deals with snakes, especially snakes that are immortal, they can they can evolve into dragons. So she's an immortal snake. Sounds like sorry, my cat's claw went in my leg for a second. So it sounds like Homie can turn into a dragon probably in the future.
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force, does that mean you're actually damaging your own body?
Hardly. Jiangsheng helps to keep my chi in balance, so there is no great harm done.
Still, Baiju's life force is not unlimited. We must find a way to neutralize the poison in Jialiang's body. And soon. Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish everything on his own. Baizhu, don't you think you should seize this opportunity? You cannot expect to hide this from everyone for your entire life. Time will see that all secrets surface eventually.
Entire life. Thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Huh. Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you, but there's no need to
The poison in Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. I think I should pay a visit to their family home and look for clues as to how he might have been exposed to it. Yes, I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a secluded spot to the west of Qingsa village. Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Qiqi to look after the pharmacy. As well as investigating Jia Liang's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for Ayu's missing mother, my fellow disciple, Jiang Li.
Did you miss me? I missed you. Okay, gotta stop petting you. I really should get a camera for, like, my lap when my cats get on it. Look at that. Oh, forehead scratches. Hold on. Dude. I had to play. Ah! Ah! Hi, little Lou. Switch to her. You know, do we have any Dendro monsters? Because we have Dendro, most of the Dendros from Sumeru. Hold on. I'm curious. That'll be character archive. Okay, so let's switch to character's own character. Oh, elemental type. Okay. Yeah, all but 2 Dendro characters are from Sumeru. The other 2 are with Liyue. But, like, obviously we're very diverse with the other elements. I mean, I guess obviously since we're introducing Sumeru... little bunny. Oh my god. Sorry, I remember the bunny from Guardians of the Galaxy. I literally watched it last night. Got home at 11. Yeah, I didn't expect, obviously I knew there was animal experiments, but like I didn't think about it until the first scene of his flashback. I immediately started getting teary-eyed and tears were down my face before I knew it. So like literally anytime anytime like they showed the flashback to the animals, I would just start crying.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Qingsa Village many times in the past. If you ask me, Jiang Li was trying to remain unnoticed.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier.
Because she's trying to kill her husband.
Could you tell us more about Jiang Li? You said she was your fellow disciple, right?
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result, the time I spent studying alongside her was rather short.
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels and decided to settle down with him. That must have been Jia
Cute
Liu.
Romeo.
Wait,
Yeah, as I was gonna say,
are you saying
then obviously it makes sense that,
had
when they
met
introduced
Jia
Sumeru, they
Liu
introduced
or
Dendro,
Ayu
so they would
before all
do
this?
most of their Dendro
Jiang Li
characters
did
in
occasionally
Sumeru.
come back to
We
Chenyu Vale to see
don't
our
have any
master,
introduced
but
at
for
all.
whatever reason, she hardly ever talked about her family. The last time she
Flash.
visited us, she and Master had some sort of quarrel. We
I
never
just
heard
do,
from her after that.
Flash
It
monster.
almost seemed as if she'd gone into hiding.
Quarrel? What happened?
I mean, they
I don't
could have
know.
probably had it where
did not
they had
witness the
Dendro, like
argument
Dendro
myself.
Mondstadt
Nor did Master
In
ever explain
Sumeru.
it to me.
learning to
All
study
he
at
would
the,
say
like
is that should
Lisa
I
did.
ever encounter
learning
Jiang
to
Li
study at
or
the
her family
academia,
in the
and then have
future,
him go back to
I should
Mondstadt.
do everything in my
Look at that
power to
tummy.
help them.
Look at that tummy.
Oh, so that's why you went to such extreme lengths to help Jia Liang.
Romeo
No.
is enjoying
Even if my
life
master had never said anything,
with his
it would
stomach
still be
rubs.
my duty as a doctor to help him.
The tummy.
My decision would have remained the same.
Are you a good kitty?
Paimon
No.
never knew you were so selfless, Baizhu.
Oh my
always
god,
had you
sorry.
down as
It
the
reminded me of in
sneaky,
Guardians of the
scheming
Galaxy
type.
where the guy says,
Sorry.
"You're a bad dog," and anytime it
So a
shows
few
scenes with them,
words
she's
from me
like,
is enough
"Take
to dispel
it back,
all your
take
suspicions?
it back. I'm not a bad dog."
You ought not be
And
quite
then
so
in the
quick
end,
to relax your guard, Paimon.
he finally
Sometimes
said
even
good
the
dog.
good guys have their own
'Cause,
private agenda.
like an enemy was
What
facing
the-
them, and he's like, "A
Okay,
dog?"
that was the most
And the guy
suspicious
looks at him,
sounding
and she's
thing
like,
you've ever
"She's
said.
a good dog," and then
Let's
smash.
leave the idle chatter there for now.
And she's like, "I
Jiang
knew
Li has
you
lived in
didn't
this
think I
house
was
for
a
many
bad dog."
years. There must be
It
something
was
here
so
that can shed a
cute.
little light on this whole situation. Let's split up. But if anyone finds anything, we'll examine it together.
Oh, look for clues. That she's fucking poisoning her husband? Silver faint marks can be seen on his pillow. Maybe it was used to record eyes as he grew up. There's some faded writing near the bottom mark. The more quickly Ayu grows up, the sooner something can leave. Judging by the number of marks on the pillow, the family has led a secluded existence here for many, many years. So I really didn't pay attention because obviously I just was talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. That homegirl met him, got pregnant, and she's like, shit. And so he's like, duty. And got together with her. And she's like, my son isn't growing fast enough, so let's kill my husband instead. The firewood is neatly stacked and the logs were cut with great power and precision. Whoever chopped the firewood must have been physically fit. Some logs at the bottom of the pile began to rot. It must have been a while since any knew what was added to the pile. Some roof tiles broke down and I tried to get up to take a look, but we didn't manage. Luckily, Dad was able to fix them in no time. The dinner table was a bit wobbly today when we sat down to eat. Dad tried to fix it, but ended up breaking one of the legs by accident. Dad's forgetting things again. I'll have to write it all down for now and read it back to him when he's feeling a bit better.
Traveler, Paimon, come quick!
What?
What is this?
Ah! The god remains.
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden inside.
You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison concocted using god remains. Is it? Breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle is alive. Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor loads, capable of sustaining a connection over vast distances. If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor loads. Offshoots, essentially.
Offshoots? So, the main body is somewhere else?
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poisoned individual will hear, to a varying extent, the call of the source.
The call of the... Wait. So, back when Jialiang ran off, maybe that explains...
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the poison's key ingredient. The mother lode.
This is getting
Romeo, why are you
crazier and
back?
crazier. What kind of person would
He
do all
left,
this just
and
to
now he's
poison
back.
Jialiang? Hey, why has everyone gone quiet all of a sudden?
It's obviously the wife. She
Since this
knows.
poison was carefully hidden away in this secret compartment, the one who concocted it is likely a resident of the house. You mean Jialiang? Why would he poison himself?
No, bestie, it's the
Think
spouse.
a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here, and who might have expertise in crafting drugs. Huh? So you're saying... it was Jiang Li? Wait, but that doesn't make any sense either! Why would she poison her own husband?
A lot of reasons.
I agree. It makes little sense. Jiang Li does not strike me as the kind of person who would do such a thing.
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety of Liyue have the ability to concoct a poison from god remains?
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question Jia Liang about it once he has made more progress in his recovery.
Do you know a method to neutralize the poison?
Yes. According to the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases, the minor loads will disappear if the mother load is purged. So if we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave Jialiang's system without the need for any further treatment. Do you know anything about god remains in Qingsa village?
I've only heard the rumors, nothing concrete. I mean, technically there's the gravesite, but he's sealed away, so he's not technically dead.
Even the history books have no record of this. The only ones who'll know anything are those old fogies who have been hanging around here since the beginning of time.
Geo Daddy?
Good terms with the Adepti, though? You sure they didn't tell you anything about this? Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life. I fear that such ancient events are long gone from her memory by now.
Whoa, what? After a contract? Share life force? Sounds like some pretty spooky sorcery if you ask Paimon. Hey, plenty of people would jump at the chance to join
And now I'm
forces
wondering
with a
if she
powerful
was
being like me.
a dragon
With my
beginning her life
assistance in rebalancing your chi,
because of this.
not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthier, and able to eat whatever you like with no risk of upsetting your stomach.
Damn! Let me sign a
Stronger,
contract.
healthier?
Let me sign a
That's
contract,
amazing.
babe.
Baizhu, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with Chung Sheng for a few days.
I don't think it's a few days. I think it's for life.
Unfortunately, Chung Sheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules. I fear that I will be unable to accommodate your wishes, Paimon.
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying to say? Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her face?
Strange, Baizhu has a weak constitution. And did his master pass away at an early age?
Paimon's mad! You're getting
I mean, yeah,
nicknames,
if she's
both
using
of you.
their life
Baizhu,
force.
You're mannequin man! Chung Sheng, you're just a pain in the neck!
Okay, that's a good one. If she's sharing their life force and they learn the secret to use their life force, it sounds like it's shortening their lives. And he's already coughing.
This is exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
So she's a parasite.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand. Is there any way at all for us to seek counsel from the Adepti about this?
And that's why he probably is looking into immortality so he doesn't die young.
With how antisocial they are, if it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the common folk.
Actually, I do have something I can call someone.
What?
Geodaddy!
Seems you're as well connected as they say, traveler. We are truly fortunate to have you on our side.
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about,
Wait, no.
you better do the honors.
It's Joe. It's oh my god. Sorry. Yes! And I hear like I heard that he was in the story quest. I totally forgot about it. And like when you say his name, he's like there in a second.
You called?
Yeah! She screams in terror, I scream out of excitement.
Gets Paimon every time.
Nah.
Are all Adepti in the habit of materializing out of thin air like this?
Well, this is unexpected.
Huh? It's you.
Baizhu of Boo Pharmacy.
Oh, no.
I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The Lantern Rite, when we met briefly, I was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize for the discourtesy.
Like, my bad.
You two already know each other?
Our paths have crossed once before.
Okay, you're being
I
dramatic
sense
with your
the
back.
presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me?
Let me explain. Actually, I wanted to ask you about dead gods.
So someone has been concocting demonic poison. Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety.
You're so
It is
beautiful.
lamentable. I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are buried beneath the foundations of Jinxa village. A vile monster known as the Ch once wrought havoc over this land, before it was subdued by Rex Lapis.
I mean,
The
of
land
course.
was
Rex
finally
Lapis
cleansed
always
of
be
poison
subduing everyone.
when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Jinxa village was founded some time after that. The seal is still mostly intact. If the Ch is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to investigate further to identify the location of the leak. I do not like to intervene against mortals unless absolutely necessary. But when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. If that happens, be sure to call my name again.
Thank you.
Nothing. I do not wish to sway decisions that are mortals to make, but immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
I shall treasure your words of instruction, Master Adeptus.
Farewell.
What a strange Adeptus. Rather different from the way I remember them.
That's
I thought you said you didn't remember them.
And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete info to go off of.
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trips. If we can find the cave...
Master, there's a problem.
Gwei? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic. Just
Isn't
catch your
there
breath
horses
and
in
tell
this
me
game?
everything.
It's Jiaoliang. He was fine one minute, and then he suddenly took a turn for the...
Already? How? Based on past experience, he should have been fine for the next 3 days at least.
Unless the sun
It
had
seems
some of
that
the
my
poison.
worst fears have been confirmed.
So he
Everyone,
took some of it?
back to Boo Boo Pharmacy now.
Don't be scared.
I'm like, what's her thing? Oh, it's a spear. Ah, look, you're so cute. Okay. I hope we confiscated the... Holy shit! It's a long fucking run, dude! I mean, I'm trying to think realistically how long that would take. We're thinking... I don't know. Like, I've walked from my house into my town once, and I think it took me 2 hours. I want to say. Coming as fast as I can on my short little legs.
Dad, what's wrong?
Oh.
Dad?
Don't be scared. Dr. Baizhu will be back soon.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baizhu, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then...
When Gwei left, he was still conscious. But now...
Gui, please take Jialiang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
You're at Life Force again?
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
Baizhu's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he? Is there really
Oh,
no
look
other
at
way
us
to
kids.
save Jiaoliang?
Wait, hold on, let me talk to them.
Oh, please don't worry. Dr. Baizhu will find a way.
But...
To 10. Oh, there's the homegirl's castle.
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere? You're not gonna suddenly collapse again, are you?
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better.
Oh
Wait,
shit, is he
where's
down?
Dr. Baizhu? I still haven't had a chance to thank him. Seems he moved me here before I came to.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row. I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life.
Okay, you're not
I'll
totally
have to discuss
cured
it properly with Jiang Li once we find her.
No.
Speaking of...
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll go check with...
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang. I strongly suggest that you stay and rest at Boo Boo Pharmacy for now. I can accompany Ayu to the Adventurers Guild.
I suppose you're right. I'll have to... Though, on the bright side, this means I can think...
Traveler, Baizhu hasn't shown his face ever since he went into... Huh? Hey, wait up!
You probably used a lot more than last time, fucking idiot.
Huh?
You're finally awake? That was far too risky. Even with me here to help you balance your chi.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to myself. I managed to learn something. Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
So, how much longer do you think Baizhu's gonna nap for? They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
All right.
Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have just... Who's talking behind our backs again? Ah! Baizhu! Changsheng!
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer a rather large amount of life force on this occasion. But, with Changsheng's help, I will recover in time.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more...
I made an error in my initial diagnosis. Jialiang is in fact suffering from more than one ailment, and as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out of him, he'd still be sick?
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang's system is there precisely because it is being used to manage his underlying medical condition. Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk of coughing up blood and fainting, and in the longer term, causes irreversible damage to the internal organs. Though it was created from god remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang's case. Rather, it's his medication.
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system,
and that's why the
it
mom's
began to
gone. She's
impact
probably
his
trying
cognition.
To find another...
Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiang Li had to concoct ever greater quantities to ensure its continued efficacy, or he could have still perished at any moment.
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather herbs.
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many times Jiang Li has exposed herself to them. I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described. In an effort to save Jialiang's life, Jiang Li has abandoned all regard for her own safety.
I never suspected that even Jiang Li would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this is the inevitable course of fate. To sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible. Whatever the cost may be.
Aw.
Well,
Traveler.
I think that it's too early to say with any certainty what fate has in mind. In any case, I have stabilized Jia Liang's condition for now, so our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingsa village and find out where Jiang Li is. Her regular exposure to god remains over such a long period will have been catastrophic for her health. And given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
Oh shit.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baizhu.
It's Jiao Liang! Don't tell Paimon you overheard everything already.
Dr. Baizhu, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk for Jiang Li's sake. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the
Homie
very
has
least,
kept a
I
secret
can
for
show
so
you the
long
way.
about his, like, condition
I'm
with
sure
the,
I'll be able to remember. I know there's a
the
spot
life
where she
force.
says goodbye to me every time
And
she
now
goes to
two
gather
people
her
in
herbs.
one scenario
I'm sure I'll
has
remember.
found out.
I have to remember.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart. For your own safety, you should stay here and rest.
No! We're out of time! We have to go now. Right now. Before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you will not return from it. Are you sure you're prepared for that?
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue. So why should I fear it? There's only one thing I fear now. And that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
Very well.
Sorry.
Then follow me.
Another one is overhearing. You gotta be fucking with me.
Dr. Baizhu, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen,
How am I feeling?
and 1 dose each of the ingredients
1.5.
from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet. I hope it works.
Dr. Baizhu, do you mean...
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time. You don't want to burn yourself again.
Okay.
Oh. So pretty. Look at that. Gorgeous.
It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're... Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's... this way. Yes, I'm sure of it.
Are you?
I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way.
And typically what happens with each story quest at the end, you go into like a little domain area.
This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
Uh-huh.
There is an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
I think I remember this place.
Jiaoliang, are you okay?
No, I have to keep going. Then
Let's hurry. I need... Okay, so most likely I already... Oh, Geo. Well then. The Traveler's my only Geo I can use. So it's a... I don't know what the level is, but... Let's see. Does he heal? I mean, I'm assuming he's a healer, so he should heal.
I hear you've got a job for me.
Yes, I do. Can I switch character? What do you mean?
Leave it to me.
Is he dead? Oh, because I'm playing as him. I'm like, is he dead?
I'll scout ahead.
It is as the stars foretold.
Because I think Dendro reacts with Electro. Well, let's see how that works. Yep. There's homeboy.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. The digging marks here appear amateur and rather old. I suspect it is a thieves' tunnel. A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before. Maybe it was the treasure hoarders that dug this tunnel.
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility. But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
Yeah. Being very vocal.
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to,
Easy, Jiaoliang.
Look at his little flapping cape. Flowing gracefully in the wind. Can't remember. Ah, he does heal. Okay.
Written in the stars. Let me scribe.
Mind the side effects.
Lights out.
Judgment.
The doctor was seen.
Seems like an emergency. A bitter pill to swallow.
Oh, he has a shield? Huh.
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure
He's a
make
healer
themselves
and
at
he has a
home.
shield. I don't see any dust on the sensor's surface. The bar marks on the inside are still fresh. I don't think that's left here by the treasure hoarders.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense?
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were no doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this cave. After them, Jiang Li was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presents...
That's right. This sensor. It belongs to Jiao. This is where I told Jiangli to give me the poison.
Jiao
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. She is right below us, waiting for me.
Wait. Treasure? Nope. Okay. Maybe treasure over there? Nope.
I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
Aha! We can keep going now!
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
What is that? Okay. Another one. Okay. Push. Push. Oh. Right there. Is there anything in here? Oh, common chest. Wow. Push. Activate. Hey, yo, bitch.
Fate is upon you.
Mind the side effects. Taking a turn for the better.
The doctor will see.
Written in the stars. Punishment. Crumble apart.
A bitter pill to swallow. Mind the side effects.
The doctor will see.
Seems like an emergency.
Where are you? Oh. Woo! It's pretty in here, though. Alright. Oh, I have to bring that back to activate it. Push! Push! I did it. Anything? Holy shit. That was close. Oh, I can't climb on that. I want to look outside. How lovely.
Zhongli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back. Mind the side effects.
Man, maybe I should get him. That's me.
Taking a turn for the better. A bitter pill to swallow. This is nothing.
What the
Decided
fuck?
by destiny. You can't run.
Lights out. The doctor will see you
Ah! Mommy's
like
getting
emergency.
annihilated.
Mind the side effects.
Why weren't you focusing on him? Oh, not bad, dude. Ooh,
Dr. Baizhu! How serious is it? Is she...
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison in your system did to you. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that she may never wake up again.
Dang.
Then,
Homeboy's gonna be an orphan.
let's destroy the remains right away! It's not as simple as that. The poison within Jialiang's body is if the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop having any effect. And the poison within Jialiang's body is keeping his heart condition oh no.
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged, then your life will come to an end.
I mean,
when this day might come.
2 dead parents or 1 dead parent?
We've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life. After all that, we can't just give up on him. Baizhu, you're a great doctor. Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiang Li, maybe if we put our heads together, we can think of something?
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you, right up until the moment when she lost consciousness. Maybe it's her greatest wish that you will continue to take it and live.
Dr. Baizhu, give it to me straight. How long does Jiang Li have?
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days.
But what would be the point of that? Dr. Baizhu, I'm all too aware of the dangers of god remains. You are not the first to mention it to me. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would Jiang Li have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, but I would have to live with the looming threat of these remains breaking out and wreaking havoc not just upon me, but my entire family. I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see how you grow up is already a great blessing from Rex Lapis. If my choice can bring Jiangli back, then even if I...
Jialiang.
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown somewhat addicted to life. Traveler, Dr. Baizhu, could I have another minute with my wife? I just want to have one final moment together. Just a moment.
Even if she's not
That's all.
conscious.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that I won't be able to repay your kindness in this life.
Jialiang. Baizhu, Changsheng. Is there really nothing else you can do?
I am sure that over the years, Jiangli will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind. As for less conventional methods, I have little expertise besides Changsheng's secret art.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, Jiangli would not have had to resort to unnatural methods. What a crazy situation! Jiangli risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now Jialiang has to sacrifice himself to save Jiangli! What's the point of it all?
All we can do right now is honor Jiangli. I know they just said his name, but I can't say it. Jiangliang's decision and bear
I've
witness.
seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not a fitting end to die for a worthy cause? At least, that's what generations of masters before you have always believed.
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice themselves for others, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once Ayu was old enough to help you gather herbs, it would be time for me to go. If you could only see him now. He took me all the way to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. And he even got the Adventurers Guild to search for you. So, I know that you'll both be okay without me. I've said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what you must.
As you wish.
Dang, that was quick.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you and watch Ayu grow up.
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad. Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away. I promise you, nothing will happen to our family.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live, the tighter we cling to what we have. Oh, how I would love to hear
I'm not gonna cry.
your voice one last time.
It's all sad.
Jialiang. Jialiang!
Wait,
Jialiang!
what?
Dad, are you awake?
What?
Jiangli, Are you? Didn't I... Huh? What are these?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Oh shit, I forgot.
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so, could you describe it to me in detail?
Dr. Baizhu, I thought that I was going to...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
I'm a zombie?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended in the space between life and death. Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I am as interested as you to find out. But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that Director Hu finds this arrangement to be a satisfactory one.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to you to work on something like that behind my back.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for Jia Liang's iron will. In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life and death and the perpetual cycle of yin and yang. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, I will do everything in my power to save them. And even this would have counted for nothing without Director Hu's assistance. After all, did you not tell Jia Liang to show us the way before we set off for Qingce village?
Oops. And I'm busted.
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found Jiangli in time.
I knew someone was listening on that conversation, so it was Hu Tao.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then. I thought he was being frank and transparent with me for once, but apparently not.
Director Hu told me to keep her suggestion a secret, but it...
Never underestimate a serpent's sense of smell.
All I wanted was to help Jia Liang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife without any unfulfilled wishes making the journey more difficult than it needs to be. Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle. Never mind. I'll just have to put it down in the books as a deferred consideration. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the Wangsheng funeral parlor the moment I found him.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baizhu, and cure Dad for good!
Okay, sweetie, he's dead. He cannot be cured.
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng funeral parlor out of business. If you're serious about it, you'll have your work cut out for you.
Yeah, it's literally the only business that will
Traveler,
never be out of business.
I'll catch you all another time.
Is she finally gone?
Oh, I saw memes where like
Well, if you ask Paimon,
who would like
we should probably do something
try to like put her in the grave,
family reunion.
such as Paimon's idea of celebration can only mean one thing.
At times like this, a grand celebratory feast is in order.
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with Zhongli and Ayu around the dinner table.
This was a hard-won meal. Maybe I'll whip something too. It's been a while.
Yay! Paimon can't wait! Alright, first things first, off to the market for some fresh ingredients. Let's go!
Paimon the foodie.
Wait up! I'll come too!
Baizhu, thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
Don't mention it, Jiangli. I was just doing my duty.
Just your duty, huh? Baizhu, Changsheng, would you mind if we took this conversation outside?
Oh shit, we're still playing as him. Oh, hold on.
Now that you are part zombie,
There are some rules that you need to know.
Yes, ma'am. I'm listening.
First, don't forget to stretch your body regularly. Second, don't forget to...
Yes? Go on. Don't forget to...
I forgot.
I'm like, can I leave? Ooh, that pixelation. I wonder how far I can...
Time flies.
Oh.
It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Chenyu Vale. Changsheng, you're the same as ever.
Shit, no. I'm like, am I still him? Damn. I think I'm gonna have to replay that scene. I was just wondering if I'd still be as him even in another setting. Well, I start from the very beginning.
Jialiang! Jialiang!
Shit, sorry. I'll just try to go as fast as I can.
Didn't I... Huh?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange?
Dr. Baizhu. I'm,
That's right. Of course,
speedrun this.
whether it will keep you... But, however long you have left...
I did a lot of this
when
I was
more than sufficient
down
time for you to say your final
somewhere pet
goodbyes.
sitting. Because like they're, it's in the greatest, so I'll be like in the middle of these cutscenes and suddenly they're like, lose connection for like a half a second, it'll send me back to the beginning of the scene. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
All I know is that if I'm... And even this would have...
Oops.
Without Director Who nudging things in the right direction.
No wonder he didn't... All I wanted was... Leave it to Boo. One Chi-Chi was...
You stay away from my dad!
Oh, is that right? Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another time.
All's well that ends well. If you ask
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I...
Yay! Paimon can... Alright, first...
Oh, wait up! I'll come to...
Baizhu.
Don't mention it, Gia.
Just your duty, huh? Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Chenyu Vale. Changsheng, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way. Or that you'd turn out this way, Baizhu.
What is that supposed to mean? Huh?
I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from the poison I concocted in terms of the way it functions.
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life. I hope you're not too upset at me for copying your methods.
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, I believe you would have eventually arrived at the same approach. But I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding of it. Jialiang's still only been in your care for a few days. Not just that, you even managed to improve upon the original formula. That cannot be explained by intellect alone. Baizhu, be honest with me. Did you try out some of the poison on yourself?
Huh. Told you the truth would surface sooner or later.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changsheng's contract lets you transfer between bodies, is it?
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret art also allows for the transfer of toxins and diseases. When I treated Jia Liang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. Not only did this allow me to alleviate the burden on him, but it also gave me an opportunity to study its properties. There is no need to worry about
I did
any
have that thought
long-term
like earlier,
consequences
but
to
then
my
he said
health,
life force,
however.
and I'm like, ah, so
Now
he
that the source has
didn't
been
take on some of
destroyed,
that.
any remaining poison in me will have already dissipated.
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed the god's remains back there, then even you might have... What am I saying? I'm in no
Yeah,
position to
homie, you
criticize you
kept
for
going
this.
to the source.
The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he
What
was
is it,
getting
Romeo?
old. And I didn't want him using up any more of his own life force to treat my husband. But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another. And then you tried the poison on
Oh, look
yourself
at that
too.
fluffy chest.
It looks like both of us have ended up going the same way as our master before us. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, having given away our own for the sake of others? To fight relentlessly against the natural course of life and death, whatever the cost? Maybe our fate is sealed the moment we decide to study
so
medicine.
Cute.
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say that anyone's fate is sealed.
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changsheng to transfer many diseases and toxins to yourself. There are so many that some of them I don't even recognize. Can you still stop before it's too late?
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us from Chenyu Vale believes in the same thing.
Look at that belly.
Hey, food's ready!
So he has a lot of diseases and toxins inside of his
Traveler taught
body,
me a load of new recipes.
and that's why he
and said even
coughs.
Dad'll be able to taste them. Come and try them out.
Yes,
I mean,
darling.
if you think about
Mom
it,
will be
that
there in
shit,
just a second.
that's all
Hey,
contained in his
slow down.
body. That could
Baizhu,
be fucking
I know
deadly
I
if
won't
he
be able to
pushes that
convince
onto
you,
someone.
but please don't forget that if one day you're not around anymore, Chi-Chi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you, they will all miss you dearly.
There's no need to worry, Jiangli. I know what I'm doing.
I mean, the best way
I
I
can
could
only
think about
hope
if
so.
he had to do it is give it to someone who's like
Hmm.
on death's door, like literally they're stabbed,
Baizhu?
gutted.
What did
Quickly
Jiang
transfer
Li
that over.
mean by not around anymore? Are you gonna be okay? Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and Zhang Li's master, has passed away at a young age.
But it's not
Wait,
because of you, it's because they
That
keep
doesn't make any
consuming
sense.
toxins.
You said that the contract with you helps people live longer.
It is a very long story.
Ooh. Artistic
Long
cutscene!
ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors, and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is, until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poison chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojin. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts have been most pure of heart.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than the average person by the miracle of overturning the laws of life and death. Though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing their nearest and dearest, they cannot help but reach beyond human means. They are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer of hope in a dark world filled with pain and suffering.
So, Baizhu, does that mean...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want to be burned to a crisp. Changsheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. Either Jia Liang feared for Jiang Li's life, or Jiang Li grieved over Jia Liang's sacrifice. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles. but I do not wish to join their ranks, nor do I wish to pass on this contract to anyone else in the future.
Huh? But didn't you already transfer a ton of diseases onto yourself?
What makes a poison, poison? And what makes a disease, a disease? When it comes down to it, are not both mechanisms that affect the operations of the human body? If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of immortality could in fact be a kind of poison. Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. But to me, it is no different from the way our ancestors tested the medicinal qualities of herbs by sampling each and every one. I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for Chengsheng to perish from losing her host. This leaves only one solution, doesn't it?
You have to become immortal yourself.
Precisely. I will be Chengsheng's final host, and the tradition of passing down the contract will end with me.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself. Now you even want to save me. You're getting greedy, Baizhu.
But isn't wanting to have it all what makes us human? For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light, the only path forward is up towards the moon.
For once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
Dr. Baizhu, Traveler, what are you still chatting about? The food's about to get cold.
We also have coconut milk for Changsheng and Paimon.
Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten.
Oh, Paimon, leave some grub for me.
I do envy Paimon sometimes. Eating her fill is enough to satisfy her body and mind.
True. And yet, although we call them simple pleasures, are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to the life we have?
I'm feeling a little triggered. Wow. We don't get to experience a food scene? What type of BS is this? I want food! Oh, I can buy herbs? I did not know this. Buy some. Mistflower? I don't think I even. Oh, I do have it. Flaming. Oh, this is I barely get these. Why, thank you. I thought I heard a weird noise in my house for a second. So the next one that we would be doing is obviously Dia? Or Dea? Can't remember. If I'm feeling up to it, because like I don't have to work till 3 o'clock tomorrow. If I wake up early enough, I think I probably could live stream tomorrow morning. If not, then Thursday. Oh, look at that tummy. So yeah. And then I'll be officially done with character quests. And okay, so I ended up getting technically through these, and I thought I was done, but then the next day when I logged back on, apparently there's continuation with each of these quests. I'm almost done with this one. I think the only thing I have to do is, wow, the devil's number. The only thing I have to do I can't talk. I mean, the only thing I have to do with this one is defeat the bird. But I tried doing that. And she was just serving me my ass. So I'm gonna wait until I get someone to help me out to defeat the bird again. And then I want these gone. Yeah. But they're like, these bitches, they be like 2 hours. And obviously I do have a lot of wishes to the side that I saved up. But as I said, I wasn't going to wish at all. Even though I would love to try to get Kaveh. Like, yeah, I'd like to get Kaveh. But yeah, I was planning to wait for when the next god appears on the standard banners. Which I don't. We're on 3.7, so probably most likely the next god will be the Fontaine god. Because I know the next banner will be Yamiko and who else? Someone else. Then the next one would be Kazuha. Someone else as well. I think. But like, I love Kazuha so much, so I'm thinking about doing like at least one temple on Kazuha's banner to see if I'll get him. It looks like I would be missing Kazuha because I'll be missing the new character that they're releasing, which is that cat girl, because she's gonna be on the next banner, and that's not the banner Kazuha's on. Even though maybe I should, I don't know. I want to say my wishes, but like I want everyone, and I really should not drop money because I dropped money on a game system this week already, this past week, and I really shouldn't be spending more money. So yeah. Obviously I have all these fucking wishes. But I don't want to wish them because I think I'm at 50 pity. I don't know how this works. And I should be guaranteed my 5-star character because I got to Nari during Sino's banner instead of Sino. So yeah. Yeah, I'll just end it there. It was a nice time being out of Sumeru for like a hot second. As I said, I do like Sumeru. I like all the open space. That jazz, but it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like when you're eating sushi, you should eat some of the ginger so you can cleanse your palate. This was me cleansing my palate of Sumeru. I feel like I need a few more quests in order to do that. So I'll end it off here. Oh my god. Turning it to Layla. Yeah, see you in the next live stream. Maybe tomorrow morning, most likely Thursday morning. See ya.